No one can resist it. John Kerry is our climate czar, and he uses a private jet. It's like if the Secretary of Homeland Security smuggled drugs in his... People take jets to environmental conferences. If you could run TED Talks on hypocrisy, you wouldn't need coal. But sorry, not sorry. I tried to do my part for the environment. I never had kids. The one thing worse for the planet than private jets.
Bill Maher unleashes searing commentary with the precision of a flamethrower, and his sights are set on the bold faces.
A third category, those who could but do not, does not exist. Except for Ed Begley and Greta Thunberg. And that's why you never see a picture of her smiling. Ed and Greta, that's who walks the walk. Everyone else is full of and I'm done being I can take being a bad environmentalist because almost all of us are, but I can't take being a hypocrite.
Bill Maher delivers sharp, no-holds-barred commentary with his signature intensity, targeting some of Hollywood's most outspoken personalities.
Enjoy this fun photo collage of some of your favorite stars and politicians who speak about the need to reduce our carbon footprint, but who are always on private planes. That's right, all of them. If you don't see a celebrity's picture here, it's because we weren't allowed to use it. Or their series got canceled. But all the environmentalists of Hollywood and Washington do it. Their position on climate change is, we must do more to stop pouring carbon into the air, except for me when I want to go somewhere and then I take a private jet.
Bill Maher calls out the celebrities who champion every trendy cause, from self-proclaimed climate saviors to influencers commenting on global issues. He cuts through the posturing and highlights where words don't match actions, delivering his sharp critique with full intensity.
A third category, those who could but do not, does not exist. Except for Ed Begley and Greta Thunberg. And that's why you never see a picture of her smiling. Ed and Greta, that's who walks the walk. Everyone else is full of and I'm done being I can take being a bad environmentalist because almost all of us are, but I can't take being a hypocrite.
Bill Maher didn't hold back, calling out celebrities for preaching environmental responsibility while living in stark contradiction. These stars promote protecting the planet, yet their actions often tell a very different story. Many attach their fame to major climate campaigns and causes, but off camera, they travel extensively by private jet, attend high-profile events, and jet off to luxury getaways, all contributing to enormous carbon footprints. Maher highlighted this gap between polished public personas and real-world behavior, framing it not as a minor misstep, but as a reflection of a Hollywood culture built on performative activism rather than genuine commitment.
No one can resist it. John Kerry is our climate czar, and he uses a private jet. It's like if the Secretary of Homeland Security smuggled drugs in his butt. People take jets to environmental conferences. If you could run TED Talks on hypocrisy, you wouldn't need coal. But sorry, not sorry. I tried to do my part for the environment. I never had kids. The one thing worse for the planet than private jet.
And that's exactly the problem. Celebrities who loudly advocate for climate action but regularly travel by private jet perfectly illustrate the disconnect between message and behavior. It sends a clear signal. Their words don't match their actions. While everyday people fly commercial without a second thought, these stars often act as if they're exempt from the rules they promote. Security concerns may justify exception for world leaders, but for the rest, convenience shouldn't come at the cost of credibility. Maher highlights this contradiction, exposing the double standard and showing how some high-profile activism can appear more like flashy, attention-seeking performance than genuine commitment.
For office in America, you have to want to live here. I bring this up because there was a video that made the rounds recently by a woman who said she was a proud progressive and was running for state representative in New Hampshire, and yet posted this.
Is there a place we can move that people would be happy to have us, that we're not gentrifying or colonizing? I don't want to be a problem, but I need to get the out of this country.
The out of this country? The one you want to be elected to a leadership position in? What was your campaign slogan? America, a shining on a hill?
Even some of the most prominent climate advocates, including leaders and high-profile figures in the Democratic Party, continue to rack up private jet miles, creating a stark and hard-to-ignore contradiction. These are the same individuals urging Americans to reduce their carbon footprints, switch to electric vehicles, and limit air travel. Yet a single outing for them can produce more emissions than most families generate in an entire year. It's a classic rules for others, not for me scenario, and Maher doesn't hold back in pointing it out. While Republican politicians may also travel privately, they are not presenting themselves as climate champions while doing so, which makes the contrast with some Democratic figures all the more striking. Maher highlights how this disconnect undermines credibility. When the loudest advocates of climate action fail to follow the principles they preach, it weakens the message, frustrates the public, and turns well-intentioned activism into a target for ridicule. Audiences notice when words and actions don't align, and Maher cuts through the spin, exposing the cultural and political double standard that has become impossible to ignore.
Maybe the problem isn't that America isn't worth defending. Maybe the problem is that lots of people today are entitled whiners who have no perspective and no idea how good they have it. 59% of self-identified liberals say there have been times when they considered leaving America for good, like after NBC canceled The West Wing. I don't get it. You want so badly for every immigrant to come to this country and experience the good life, but somehow it's so terrible you want to leave?
Another target of Maher's sharp critique is a group of celebrities and public figures who loudly profess disdain for America yet never actually leave. They list grievances, declare they are done with the country, and praise other nations as better reflections of their values. Yet despite all the rhetoric, they remain firmly based in the U.S. Maher calls out this performative outrage, pointing out the gap between words and actions. If America were truly as intolerable as they claim, why not follow through and start fresh elsewhere? The truth, Maher suggests, is that despite its flaws, the U.S. offers freedoms, opportunities, and conveniences that are hard to match. Their decision to stay highlights the disconnect between dramatic statements and real-life commitment, and Maher delivers his critique with clarity and incisive humor.
Griffin said, if Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa. Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez, still here. And it doesn't look like the migrant traffic is going back. Then there's all the TikToks telling Americans things like,
I think the new American dream is to leave.
I'm 18 years old and I escaped America.
Yeah, you don't have to escape America. That wall we're always debating isn't to keep you in.
Maher also shines a light on another glaring double standard on the left. On one hand, they champion open borders, insisting America should welcome an endless flow of immigrants because the country is supposedly a beacon of hope and opportunity. On the other hand, many of these same voices insist the nation is irredeemably flawed, oppressive, and so unlivable that they themselves claim they want to leave. How can these two positions be reconciled? If America is truly that terrible, why encourage others to come? And if it's worth risking everything to enter, why portray it as something to escape? Maher exposes his contradiction, showing how emotional grandstanding is often masquerading as moral clarity. By calling out the inconsistency, he brings the conversation back to reality, something the political left sometimes sidesteps when their narratives clash with facts. The real reason many of these critics never actually leave is simple. They have it incredibly good here. Despite all the dramatic complaints and proclamations that America is unbearable, they know deep down that this country provides comfort, stability, and opportunities few places can match. That's why thousands around the world risk everything just to set foot on American soil. People don't take that kind of risk for a terrible place. America may be imperfect, but it remains unmatched in freedom, possibility, and upward mobility. While some loudly claim they want to flee, their actions show the truth. They stay because nothing better awaits elsewhere. Criticism from the comfort of home is easy, but the world beyond is far less stable, where hunger, poverty, and oppression rampant, and democracy often absent. Maher reminds us that before labeling America as broken, it's worth seeing these realities. Hypocrisy is everywhere, from celebrities preaching climate action while flying private jets to activists denouncing the U.S. yet refusing to leave. Real progress begins with honesty and integrity, not theatrics, though if you enjoyed this analysis, hit the like button, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more commentary like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.